Hi everyone. In this video, we're gonna take a look at the Hasbro's Marvel Legends Iron Man Mark III from the Infinity Saga wave. I got this for 1,700 pesos, so that's $34. So before looking at the figure, let's take a look at the box first. Here's the front, the sides, then we have the back. I'm just showing you the description so you can pause it in any part here depending on your language. The top and the bottom. And now here's Iron Man. So we will be looking at him based on how we got him from the box. Now looking at him closer. For the face, I really like its resemblance to Mr. Robert Downey Jr. The paint details were placed perfectly. Even the sculpting is great. We even have wrinkles on the forehead here, even if it's covered. I hope you can see that one. And then just showing you the faceplate. So far there's no issue with the paintings and sculpting as well. Then looking at the sides. Then the back. So in here I have a plastic molding issue, as you can see here. But still that's fine. And now going over to the neck and collar area. So we have several layers of details here. Even these dented parts here are movie accurate. Then going over to the chest. There's no additional sculpting on the arc reactor, so it's just flat surface with paint. But I like the shading of blue to white here. And now showing you the abs. Then the sides. So we have designs here, even if it's covered most of the time. Here. Then here's the back. So these large screws here are movie accurate. And I wish they added some flaps here, similar to Mark VII. And I think these gold parts here are in the correct position. But still, let me know in the comment section if we're missing some gold parts here on the back. Now here's the shoulder pads. So it's in a soft plastic. And for the shoulders itself, there's no design. Then here's the bicep. Then the elbow. So this front part here has design, but the back doesn't have. Here. Then the forearm. So the right forearm is where we will put the accessories. In this peg hole here. So unlike on the left one, this part here is not removable. Then the hands. I'm just showing you the other side. Then here's the crutch. The butt. And this part is in soft plastic, as you can see here. Even this upper thigh part is soft, as you can see here. So I can dent it using my nails. Then the thighs. So mine has some paint issues here. The sides. Then the back. Then here are the knees. So we have this sign on the top part here, but there's not much on the lower area. And for me, there's something off with the alignment on the knees. On this part here. And here. Then moving on to the legs. So again, some plastic molding issue here. Even here. And here. The sides. Then the back. One minor issue I have here is the protruding joint piece here. So as you can see, it's a bit elevated. Here. And finally, here are the feet. So again, some paint issue here. Then here's the bottom of the feet. Now for the accessories or inclusion, we have the Iron Man helmet. We have the default part or cover on the right forearm, missiles, the mini shield. So these three are to be attached on the right forearm. And lastly, we have the extra pair of hands. And now using the other head. So I had difficulty putting this head. So I have to first soften it using blower. As you can see here, it's still soft. So here. And now looking at it closer. So I have paint issue on the right eye. Then there's this dent or sculpting issue here. But the rest of the details are fine. I'm just showing you how it looks on minimal lighting. Then here are the sides. The back. Then the top. And now showing you the cover on the right forearm. So it's in a soft plastic, as you can see here. I'm just showing it to you side by side with the left forearm. And now putting it on the right forearm. So here. I'm just showing it to you closer. And next are the missiles. So this is also in soft plastic. So even on this bottom part we have this sign. And now attaching it to Iron Man. So here. Next is this mini shield. So I really like the details on this accessory. There's also an effort putting different color in the middle part. Then we have details on the bottom part as well. And in terms of movie accuracy, this part here is in the movie. This one. And this middle part and this side here should come in gray. But that's not a concern actually. Then putting it on Iron Man. Here. Then last is this extra pair of hands, which is actually an open palm. And just going through the sides. Here. So here. We can use it on flight poses. or as aiming or shooting hands. Here. And just looking at it in different angles. Now for the articulation, the head can look up this far and down this much. It can also move backwards and forward. Here. Then it can look left or right and move sideways. Here. The same movements can be done on the other head, as you can see here. Same range as well. Here. There's no articulation on the shoulder pads, but it follows the movement of the arms. Then for the shoulders itself, it can rotate 360. It can move up just a little over 90 degrees. And as you can see, the shoulder pad follows. Here. The biceps can rotate left or right. The elbows can bend this much. Then for these hands, it can rotate 360. It cannot move up because of this pad, but it can move down just a little bit. There's no joint on the other extra hand, so you can just rotate it 360. You cannot move it up or down. For the upper body, it can move backwards this much. Here. Then it can move forward this much. It can also move sideways significantly. And lastly, it can rotate left or right. Here. Then we have hip joint here that can move up or down. Then the legs can kick forward this high and can kick backward this much. And Ironman can do the split this wide. Then we have thigh rotation. Then for the knees, they can bend this much. For the feet, they can point left or right. The feet can move down this much. So this back part here is soft, so it won't hinder your movement. Then we can bend it just a little bit. Here. Then lastly, we have the ankle pivot. So these parts here are also soft. So Iron Man stands around 7 inches. I don't have any other Marvel Legends Iron Man. So what I'm showing you here is Havoc that uses the Bucky Cup mold. And these two Ultrons. One from the Ironmonger wave and the buff. Then here's the Marvel Legends Mark III with Revoltech Iron Man Mark VI. And then here's another Mark III from ZD Toys. It's not really in scale, but here's Marvel Legends Iron Man Mark III on a ZD Toys Hall of Armor. And on a ZD Toys flight stand and blast effects. So overall, I really like this figure. There are plastic molding issues on some parts, but that's fine with me. It's not that noticeable. The paint application and sculpting outweighs that plastic molding issue. Plus you get enough accessories, with a very good looking Mr. Robert Downey Jr. face. And that's it in this review. Thank you everyone for watching. If you enjoyed it, please don't forget to like and subscribe. It will help this channel a lot. Also, let me know in the comment section what do you think about this figure. So thanks again, and see you on my next review. Bye!